Hey guys, I'm here in Sun and Fun 2019 down in Lakeland, Florida with my friend Jeff Nelson out of Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So Jeff, tell us a little bit about your J3 CUB.
So this is a 1946 J3 CUB. It's a little bit modified. Somebody got the great idea to whack about 8 feet off of the wings. So this is what they call a clip wing CUB.
Okay.
And the idea was to make it a little bit more aerobatic, a little more responsive. And one of the things guys don't like about a full-size CUB is when you're landing them, they like to float and float and float. And this thing, it'll come down fully aerobatic. It's got a C85-8 engine. There's no electrical system. It was I put it back together the way it was. I bought it was a basket case and pile of parts my son and I dragged home, and had this great idea to restore this airplane. So I wanted to kind of honor its history of already. It had been clipped in the 70s, pretty popular mod back then, and then put it back together and do it as light as I could. So it's a Continental C85-8 engine, which means there's no generator, no starter, no electrical system. You have to hand prop it. It's not really one of those kind of planes for the faint of heart. You gotta pay attention when you're starting it and hopping in while it's running unattended, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I bought it. I was looking for. I actually started building a WAG Aero clip cubby before I bought this, and I wanted a clip wing cub, but I didn't realize at the time that when I really wanted it and bought it, how popular they are, and just the people love these things. And there used to be a lot of them, but you don't see a lot of clip wing cubs. Every flying I go to, there's cubs, but it seems I got the only flying clip wing cub. I bought it about 5 years ago. It took 3.5 years of restoration. Could have been done a little bit quicker, but setbacks. There's always setbacks in a restoration, but keep plugging away and kept my nose to it. And I made it down here last year. Got a little award. It was Best Custom Classic under 100 horsepower last year here. I had it judged again. It's been judged, but I haven't been notified that I won anything, but I don't think they'll be handing those out till tomorrow. I left Friday morning about 9:30 in the morning, made it here Sunday afternoon. 15.8 hours of flying, some ugly weather, a couple sketchy flights, but we survived them and had a lot of fun and learned something.
Oh yeah, right.
And
what kind of speed do you get out of it?
it's about 85 knots. We always joke about, Cub, you climb at 65, cruise at 65, and land at 65. And,
right.
My Stearman is about the same, only the numbers are 80. Climb at 80, cruise at 80, and land at 80, and that's all you need to know.
Right.
So,
well, now you've been to Oshkosh with it in Blakesburg,
yep.
and both of those you won awards with them.
Yeah, I got Outstanding J3 at Oshkosh, and I got Best Restoration by Owner at Blakesburg. And Blakesburg, that was kind of an honor because it's a best of show vote. It's voted by the other pilots and the people at the show. There's no panel of judges there, but most of the guys at Blakesburg, that's invitation only flying, and the guys that are looking at your plane, they know what they're looking at. You're not going to pull the wool over their eyes. So I was pretty happy with that.
Now, one other thing you mentioned, so this is a 1946 J3. When it came out of the factory, it was a crop dusting aircraft.
Yes, it had a Svendy Sorensen sprayer installed, and it's my understanding it had a wind-driven, had a little fan and a wind-driven pump that would pump the spray, and they had spray booms on the rear struts, and normally on sprayers they put them on the trailing edge of the wings, but the Cub sprayers, they put the spray nozzles down the struts. Sounds like an interesting arrangement. I've never looked into the actual mechanics of it, and it might be some interesting digging one day to see if you could find some old photos that had some of those installed and what that was about. I guess about 5 years into its life, they hit a tree with it and ripped the wing off it, and they replaced the wing with a factory wing, but they had to do some repairs on the fuselage down where the struts attached there, and After that, it became a trainer. They got rid of the spray stuff, put the front cockpit back in there, made it dual control, and it wandered its way around through the country. At one point, it belonged to the Hiawatha Flying Club in Hiawatha, Iowa, and then came over to Muncie, Indiana, and it was in Muncie where the wings were clipped, somewhere in the 70s. And the woman I bought it from was Kathy Klinger, and this was her aerobatic trainer. She was fairly well known around the aerobatic circuit. If you wanted to learn how to fly some aerobatics, she would take you in this and teach you.
Okay. I noticed with this clip wing, the ailerons are still the same size as a regular J3 wing, but so you have the same size ailerons on a clipped wing airplane.
Yeah, and that's part of the idea to actually get the roll rate. You start looking at aerobatic airplanes, they count the roll rate, you know, how many seconds, you know, for a full rotation. And if you look at it, almost the whole trailing edge is an aileron. So that really upped the roll rate. You can roll a full-size Cub, but you know, you can change the dates on your calendar while you're doing it.
Right.
And this thing actually upped the roll rate. It made it a lot more responsive. You pull the throttle back on it, it actually has a sink rate where regular Cub, they just kind of float.
Yeah.
Kind of slow and mushy.
Well,
yeah.
Well, good luck this year. I'm sure I'll see you later in the season.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Playing on Oshkosh again, and I'm playing in on Blakesburg. So.
All right.
I hope someday to see you out at Blakesburg. I know you'd have a hoot out there. You got to bring your new standard. Bring that out to Blakesburg.
I'm so busy then.
I know.
We'll try.
All right.
Well, guys, thanks. Jeff Nelson, thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this J3 Cub tutorial, and see you later.
Now you're going to try and interview me while I'm eating my sandwich?
No, I'm not. It's not on yet, but I will soon.
On yet.
On yet. I figured you're going to lay it right here and just get the audio part first.